Let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay, and what elephants are in the room?
A big elephant in the room is around money. And let's face it, most of the things are around money.
It's like this massive block of maybe a bit of imposter syndrome comes up with it.
Yeah, am I worth that?
I'm not worth that much money. Comparing yourself to others, then like, why would somebody pay that when you can go and get it for
this amount? I'm surrounded by people doing lower ticket items. So you could go, well, I'm not paying that, or you could go, well, actually, I need it. It's kind of business sense. The demand is there. People will obviously pay it if they want it. What have I turned into?
Oh, blimey.
Well, that's a very bright cardigan you've got on today, Jo.
It's a very bright cardigan with a very teary face.
Well, if you'd have known, everyone, what we've just been laughing and crying about before this, you don't want to know because it's just stupid.
It is, yeah.
But
yes,
here we are.
Cry, laugh. Anywho, little. What are we doing?
We are talking about, well, I don't want to say mindset because that sounds naff.
It does sound naff.
It does, doesn't it? What is it? Mindset.
Okay, so when we're working with people, so much shit comes up for all of us.
Yes.
And it's the shit that comes up that I think we're going to delve into.
Yeah, it's the stuff that stops us moving forward, basically, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't address it, understand where it comes from, and have some ways of moving past it, almost like, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's talk to it. Let's lend an ear to the problem, to the blocker, and then let's try and move forward. That's what I'm trying to create, like a visual thing.
Okay, and what elephants are in the room?
A big elephant in the room is around money. And let's face it, most of the things are around money that we have to work through with people.
What specifically then?
So when we are creating, well, we're guiding our clients through creating a high ticket program, which might sound fairly simple on the outside. Let's do this thing where it works with our numbers and it gets good results and it just works all round. That's the easy part. The hard part is actually breaking through the barriers in your brain to think that someone's actually going to part with the cash and pay you.
Let's list out the barriers that come up then. So one
people
you've just
won't
mentioned
pay.
there. Yeah, people won't pay.
I don't live in an affluent area.
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? What else?
Yeah, that's a good question. What else? There's loads.
That we can't think of.
Mine's gone blank.
People won't pay. Affluent area. I'm not helping as many people.
Oh, yes. I can't help as many people. I wouldn't pay that.
I wouldn't pay that. Correct. It's all the stuff that comes around money, isn't it? It's like this massive block of maybe a bit of imposter syndrome comes up with it.
Yeah. Am I worth that?
I'm not worth that much money. I'm not worth asking for. Comparing yourself to others, then like, why would somebody pay that when you can go and get it for
this amount,
30 quid, whatever it is.
I'm surrounded by people doing lower ticket items, so why would they pay that?
Yeah. The whole buying pattern. So when you're selling high ticket, it is a completely different model to potentially one that you're all accustomed to, which is typically texting, emailing. Because it's low ticket, you can almost, I say air quote, get away with it.
Yeah, or a book now button and someone does it all themselves because it's low enough.
Yeah.
Perception is low enough that you would just buy it off a website.
Yeah. So there's so much stuff that we end up going through when somebody comes on board with us. So let's take one of those then and try and unpick it. What would you say is the biggest block for anyone? Because I'm certain there are people out there that will have listened to us over the 2 years and gone, no, I've tried high ticket.
Doesn't work.
What do you think would potentially be the thing that's made them think it doesn't work?
Because they have beliefs around money that they are putting onto other people. So, for example, as a lot of us, especially our sort of generational age, is that our parents were not willing to spend a lot of money. And this, again, it all comes down to what it is that they're willing to spend money on and what they're not. Because, for example, if I turn around now and said my dad wouldn't spend a lot of money, my dad was quite happy spending money on sports cars, motorbikes, anything to do with Formula One, like all this stuff was his value. Like he would spend money on that sort of stuff. But for example, if it was a dog training program, there's no way in the world he would see value in that, because he'd just be like, no, I'll do it myself. So it all depends on that. But as a kind of generalist thing, I would say that my parents were quite tight with money or very careful with money. And they used to put these kind of opinions on me and say like, oh, you know, spending money like it's water and money doesn't grow on trees and all these kind of sayings that you then, I've got to get it in. Haven't said it for a while. Like osmosis is into you. And you find yourself a bit like another thing that my dad's really, this kind of fits with the tightness actually, is turning light switches off.
Yes.
So he used to go around and like about me leaving lights on and plug sockets and things like that. Now I do this and it really annoys me when Gareth comes downstairs and he's left a light on. I'm like, who's up there? Well, no one. Well, why have we left the light on? And I hear it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into my dad.
Or like the water running when you don't need it.
Oh, that with the toothbrush. Oh, it really winds me up. I'm like, go in, slam the tap down. What are you doing? But it's those things that indoctrinate into you. And so, of course, when we've got those thoughts and feelings, which aren't our own, they're someone else's, but we've just taken them on and we're then projecting them onto those people.
Oh my God,
it's so layered, isn't it? That's the problem with this. There's so much to unpick because it's like a layer after a layer after a layer. So you might go, oh, I've broken through the first layer and then there's something else underneath.
Yeah. And I genuinely see as well, like you change your behaviour to what you think other people expect from you.
Yeah.
So I had this recently. My sister pretty much moved in with me for like a week. So we sent the husbands off on like a little man break. So they could go and have like their little bromance and go and have fun elsewhere. So me and Cal had the kids. And I can't remember what kind of prompted the conversation. She'd said something and then I said, oh, well, I'm working on getting X amount of sales in. She's like, oh God, you and money, that's all you care about. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, it's all you ever talk about. And I was like, when you say that's all I ever talk about, what do you mean? And she couldn't really have an answer for it. And then she did it again over the last couple of days. I was on the phone to her and she said something like her and her husband were having a conversation and she was openly admitting that the way they live their life is relatively lazy. They just want an easy life as long as they've got money to pay their bills and they can go on a walk of a weekend, they're good, they're happy. But she had to get in. Unlike you and Darren, who always seem to want more and you're always pushing for more, we're quite happy with the simple life.
So being punished almost for wanting more.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay then. And then the next few times I've hung out with her, I'm really like, it's brought to the forefront of my brain. Like I'm consciously thinking, what am I saying and what can she But when you really look at it, and this is a skill because again, we're not taught these things. I have that self-awareness now to be able to see that this isn't a me problem. This is a her problem. This is all projection.
Yeah.
That's all she's doing. However, my choice in that situation is I am choosing to change my behaviour.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? I love stuff like this.
Yeah. Because the way that this is going to show up in your business is you could be, again, listening to us and going, okay, I'll put a high ticket program out. Now, again, like we've thrown numbers around before, but I don't think we've ever said like it needs to be this to warrant a high ticket. It's your version of what high ticket is. Now, for some of you, that may be 500, it may be 1,000, it may be 2, it may be 5, who knows? Because it's so different for everybody what that high number is.
And it's got a match your need number anyway. So everybody's is different.
Yep. And this is something that, again, I hate that phrase, like, I think we forget, because I don't think we know it, so you can't forget it. It's just not available in your thought process. You don't know what you don't know. And for a lot of us, we're not taught to talk about money. Money is, like you've already said, two of the phrases, like money doesn't grow on trees, spend money like water. These are the things that we're pretty much all brought up with, regardless of generation, although yes, I do think it is more prominent in the older generations. However, when you're thinking, like, you can finish those sentences, like money doesn't grow on trees, therefore money is scarce. There's very little of it around. Chuck news stories into the mix. Cost of living crisis. People are knuckling down. There's no spending happening. I was at a garden centre yesterday. Oh my gosh, like flooded. I was scared to get up and go for a wee in case I couldn't get my table back when I needed to go back and sit down. And I would say, I mean, I only bought like a cake and a cup of tea, and that was £7. Bloody cake was like £6. I was like, oosh. And everybody else is having what, like a light bite meal. A light bite. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a toasty.
A jacket potato. Is that a light bite?
I would have had a jacket potato.
I
but I
love a
didn't see
jacket.
them.
Oh, I haven't had a jacket potato for ages.
But it's like toasties and warm sausage rolls and tea cakes.
They do some nice food in that little cafe, don't they?
Yeah. So I'd say, like, you know, on average, £40 per couple that were there. And it was heaving. I was there for like 5 hours. Heaving. So when you're thinking about the thoughts that are naturally within you, this is your subconscious. Money doesn't grow on trees. People aren't spending. Cost of living. People won't spend that. And then you look at reality. It's hard for your brain to put those two things together because you are naturally putting those things into, like, you're compartmentalizing those things anyway. So your brain will be going, oh, well, people won't pay that for that based on this evidence set that you've got. But then, yeah, of course, I would expect a calf in a garden centre to be quite busy.
It's a bit like when, here's an example actually. So I'm going skiing in March and I've never been, and I'm having ski lessons at the moment. Now, I thought it was a bit strange when I looked at the booking another lesson a few weeks ago. But they've put, you know, like holidays increase the prices in the school, like holidays don't. Travel companies increase the prices, don't they, when the school holidays? Well, they do it at the Snowdome. So the Snowdome has doubled the price of a private lesson. So a private lesson, which is what I was having, was about £100 for like a one-to-one private lesson. It's now over £200 because it's come into January. So from, I think, January to March, the kind of ski season, they've hiked all the prices up.
Wow.
And if, you know, that place is always packed. It doesn't matter what time of year. That place is always busy. It's not only a ski slope. It's got like you took the kids there, didn't you, at the Wonderland, Winter Wonderland, and it's got like an ice skating rink and a few bits and pieces. But that place is heaving all the time. And they go, well, we're in this captured market bit now because everybody's going to be going skiing. We'll double the prices. So you could go, well, I'm not paying that. Or you could go, well, actually, I need it. I'm going skiing in 2 months' time, 3 months' time. I need to keep my lessons up. There you go. You've got to pay it.
Wow.
I know. Crazy, isn't it? But it's not. It's kind of business sense. The demand is there. People will obviously pay it if they want it. And there you go.
So here's a question then. Business sense, yes. Does that mean it's unethical?
Well, there's lots of things that you've got to question whether they're ethical or not, isn't it? So I guess the same with the holiday thing.
And is it your version of ethical, or is it a universal?
Because we get pissed off, don't we? Going, oh, look how much they put the prices up in the school holidays. But we all know it and we all expect it. I don't know why we're moaning, because you just got to know that that's what's going to happen. It's the way it is, isn't it?
It's knowing your marketplace, isn't it? It's understanding the market to go, okay, that. So when you, and again, but this is all the stuff that your brain is thinking this all the time. Every time we go out, every time we, when we get me words out, when we go for like a few beers and stuff, we're like, fucking hell, we could easily like smash through £100 just on a few beers.
Well, when we go on our lunch break in a minute, we'll probably be like, oh my gosh, do we want a Costa or do we want to what are we willing to spend the money on for lunch?
Yeah. Do you know what? I did think this yesterday when I was in my my garden shop, because the mug they presented my tea in was a glass mug.
It wouldn't have been big enough for you, would it?
It wasn't, but it was still like it looked nice. It was a nice glass mug. They've come back around, haven't they? It's not a Nana mug anymore.
Yeah,
it's a thing. Anyway,
I'm not that keen.
We freaking took one from Premier Inn.
Oh, did we?
Yes, because we said,
sorry,
these are
Premier Inn,
good
if you're listening.
I mean, they were great to drink wine in.
Yes, I think that's what we used it for. Yeah.
So this mug got presented to me and I could see like the tea bag in all its glory. And I looked at it and I was like, £1.99 I've just spent on you. Because I could see it. It wasn't like in...
I've just spent on you. The tea bag sat there.
Yeah, it wasn't in a
vessel.
A contained vessel. It was a see-through vessel. So
what's the difference?
Well, because I could see it, my brain just went to... I need some more tea bags, and that's essentially what is in that mug there, so I can see it. And I'm going to spend £5 to £7 on a Yorkshire tea, like a big box, which my sister also moans at me for.
Oh, hold on a minute. You criticised my PG tips the other day.
I did criticise PG.
You were like, "What tea bags are these?" And I was like, "Oh God, please don't let them be like some shit like own brand." I opened the cupboard and I went, "They're PG tips." And she went, "Well, they're not very strong, so let's put 2 in."
Double bag it. But yeah, so I was looking at it. I was like, it's just the markup's pretty good here, like £2 a bag.
Were they those luxury, slippery,
It was a slippery, like a lavender bag.
I feel like they're a bit better, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice tea. But yeah, point being, I suppose, is your brain is constantly looking at price points and looking at value going, worth it, not, just see what's what. But these are the things that are going to hold you back when you're a business owner.
Yeah, and you've got to look at, like, if you've got, like, for example, the Snow Dome example, great big, like, business there. They're going to do what they know works for that marketplace at that time, aren't they? Like, they're going to have done their research. They've been around a long time. That place has been there for years. So they're going to know that at this time we're going to put these fees up to this and people will still pay it. Like there's that kind of testing and tweaking that's been done previously, probably anyway. So, these people are kind of knowing what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when we're thinking of this from that dog training aspect, I wonder if there is a common theme on what's the real panic that comes through about asking for money, because this shows up regardless at what level you're pricing your services at, even if it's at £30 an hour. Well, not even an hour, is it? It's £30 a session. The thought process that will go through, I'm going to say every person's head at some point will have been, oh, I need to ask for that money.
Yeah, I think this is worth exploring, the asking for payment bit, isn't it?
And we clam up and we're like, oh, I need to talk about the money and I'm just going to avoid it at all costs. And then it's almost, when you get that question, like how many times do all of us, I'm going to put my hand up as well, when you used to get those messages coming in going, how much is it? You go, oh, you fucker, you're just shopping on price. Like, you're never going to pay. And then you try and do the justification, try to justify £30. Been there, done it. But these are the thought processes that come up. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay, so how can we get better at talking about money? Because I think this is where a lot of businesses, it's not an industry problem. It's not a what you're offering problem. It's a money mindset problem.
Yes. I think the money mindset is at the core of a lot of the issues in not only dog industry, but a lot of industries, isn't it?
Yeah. This fear of talking about it. And again, I laugh about those examples when my sister's berating me pretty much about, oh, you're always talking about money. Because to me, it's a normal thing. I've made it such a normal topic that I don't see it being a problem, and which is why I have the ability to step back, as much as it pisses me off, to step back and see the fact that it is a projection, that she's not comfortable, and will hide behind it in different ways. But I would say she covers a good majority of the public, because that's, air quote, normal money behaviour.
But it's also what we deem normal to spend money on, don't you think, as well? So if you look at like the things that a lot of people spend money on, big houses, fancy cars.
Yep.
Like there are so many people that would not, they'd have a car on a lot of finance, for example. The house is on a huge mortgage, but that's what they want people to be. Like they want to be perceived as those people that live in a nice area with a nice house and a nice car. And then there's other people that go, I couldn't give a shit what people think about my old banger car, as we've got one. We've got a decent car and we've got an old banger pub car. And I don't care what people think when I'm driving that car around. Like my husband's a mechanic and he's really not bothered about cars at all, contrary to what you might think. And the house we live in is quite modest. It's not big, it's not tiny, it's just serves our needs for what we need at the moment. And like we're happy having cash that we can spend elsewhere. But everybody's kind of perception of that is different. So I think in the kind of society we live in, big house, big car, no one would kind of think anything odd about that. And then it's like, oh my gosh, you've spent £1,000 on dog training. What? But that's where people would think that's an unusual thing potentially. And again, something we've created ourselves. Like we're in this mess because of ourselves, really. Like we are copying what other people do. We're creating the same services that other people do. But is it really what people need? And is it really what we need? Like that money does not equate to what the income goals that we've got.
Yeah. Realistically, if you're going low ticket, you've got to do
a shit
big.
ton.
It's mass market. And that's why I think, like hats off to those businesses that do low ticket and have multiple services, because fuck me, there's graft in that.
A lot of work
and
in that.
Fair play to you, because it can work. It absolutely can work. You, I would say, need a team behind you. And I think this is where walking businesses and those dog trainers that do well when they have got staff and you are offering multiple services, but it is graft. There's constant inquiries you've got to fill, and do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot involved.
Well, it's usually, if you've got a team of people in a venue, for example, you've usually got high turnover, but high costs as well. So the actual profit is usually fairly low, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But it can work if you want to go down that business model. But for us, this is where we look at it more so from, you are that sole trader. It is just you. So get it rocking and rolling for you so that you can then have that option if you wanted to go more mass market and everything. But this is where, again, this money mindset is going to stop you at every which turn you go, because somebody will always question a price point, and it's how you respond to that. What does your internal system do? Does it go, oh, don't talk to me about the money, don't talk to me about the money, don't talk to me about the money? And then how many times have our clients said to us, oh, I had a great conversation, they're a perfect client, they're a perfect match, and then I bottled it and I didn't talk about the money, then I've put it on an email and then I'm now ghosted.
Or they've positioned the money, the person's gone, oh, I didn't expect it to be that much, and then they've reduced the price.
Yes.
Based on that, and then instantly regretted discounting it.
Yep.
And feel shit for discounting it, but also feel shit for not position it, not having the confidence to position it.
Yeah.
And
or then trying to
it.
justify it and
convincing and all this stuff.
And all of that is it's just never going to work. If someone's convincing you to buy something, you immediately put all these walls up and go, no thanks, don't need convincing, I'll make my own decision, because I feel like you're now trying to force me into doing it. So it's
quite a skill to be able to almost position the fees, feel really confident about them, know that it totally fits the service that you're offering somebody and the outcome you're giving somebody, and almost acting like a bouncer of your own nightclub at the same time. So you're going this is what it is, and it's not for everyone. And you almost want to talk about how you don't let everyone in, and it's that exclusivity kind of bit almost, don't you? Because that's the skill of having someone clambering to get in rather than feeling pushed into a corner to buy something.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
quite a lot to that. The sales bit is takes such a lot of hard work to get it right, doesn't it?
So much, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think that's partly why we extended our program to like 12 months.
Absolutely. It's absolutely mainly that. It's the money mindset and the sales bit, isn't it, that we focus on a lot.
Yeah. Because it makes such a difference being around people that are feeling the same way, but wanting to change it.
Yeah.
Because then suddenly you're motivated by a different goal, and it's not that scarcity goal anymore. It's like, actually, no, I'm learning to be detached so that I can give a better service.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is interesting, the money bit. And I'm trying to think of how we could give a helpful tip on like where to start on all of this. And I think for me, it's
hang out with the right people.
Well, yeah, definitely. And figuring out, like, just have some awareness around it as well. So like when you do hear people talk about money, what's your initial reaction? How does it make you feel? Because again, like if I had this conversation with my sister, you can just see like she oozes it. And it's this fear of like, oh, no, you don't talk about money. Money's you just spend money like there's no tomorrow. I was like, no, I invest money in areas that are going to help me grow. You choose to spend your money on clothes, pretty much. And that's your choice.
But again, it's like, what's acceptable to spend that money on, isn't it? What do you deem normal? What do you deem abnormal? Like, that's okay. That's what most people do. This isn't what most people do. And if it's in the minority bit, I think that's where people get a bit, oh, really? It's that, how much?
Yeah.
It's that, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think having that awareness of how talking about money makes you feel is a really good starting point. And then try and look back as to where do you think that comes from? Is it, can you see some of these patterns from your parents, your family, those closest to you? Because your money patterns, I think, change as well, depending on who you are surrounding yourself with.
Yeah.
So even if because if I look at me and my sister, we were brought up with the same parents in the same household, yet our money mindsets are the polar opposite. And even I question now, going like, how did it get so polar opposite? And I genuinely think that's because I have a personality type anyway.
Your paths are so different though through life.
God,
you
yeah.
and your sisters.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It is really weird. Again, that whole like nature nurture thing.
Yes, because you have chosen to surround yourself with people that are wanting to do better and have a different perspective on money. And therefore, like, you have absorbed that for so long now, really, that's become the norm. And actually, when I look at myself, I've changed so much in that respect. Like, I went shopping with my mum. I think I was telling you this story. It's my niece's 18th on Saturday. My mum was like, we went to Marks and Spencer's, and my mum was like, oh, I've got nothing to wear for the winter. I need a new top. So she's looking through the sale items, right? Which is fine because there were some good things in the sale. I bought a couple of things actually. But I know what my mum's like, and she'll buy something in the sale that probably she doesn't really... if it was full price, she wouldn't look at it, or, she's only looking at those things in the sale. Kind of thing. But when you buy clothing and stuff like that, we know most purchases, 90% now, isn't it? The 90% emotional reason why you buy something. And clothing is a perfect example, right? So you put something on and it makes you feel really good and you just feel confident and it changes, everything, doesn't it? And so she was just looking through these rails of tops going, because they were like the per una range. So it's like the most expensive range in Marks and Spencer's, but they're all 50% off. So let's take a top that's 50 quid. It's now 25, right? And she's going, oh yes, but I would be picking the most expensive ones, wouldn't I? And I was like, yeah, but Mum, that's lovely. Why don't you just try it on, see how it, makes you feel like, it's an investment piece. It's a classic thing that you can keep wearing again and again. She did not see the value in this, right? So she puts this top on. It looks really lovely on her. And she looked gorgeous actually on Saturday when we went to this party. She kept saying to me, does it look okay? Is it all right? And I was like, yes. And it's only 25 quid. For me, I think now my mindset has changed such a lot that I'm amazed how I've managed to do this with someone like my mum.
That's there.
Yeah, basically up against that. But I also do hope that because my attitude around it has changed, maybe it will start to have an effect on my mum. You never know.
Never know.
I think there's a lot of work to be done there. But I'm just so like, Mum, if you like it, get it. I think it looks really nice on you. Just get it. But you can see the resistance. You can see how hard making that purchase for her that day was so bloody difficult.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, 25 quid on a top.
Do you know what? That's a good example though, because you could flip that and let's look at it from you are now trying to sell your services, and let's assume that, you know, you're the dog trainer in this scenario. So you're now super confident, you know what you've got, and then your prospective buyer
is your mum.
And now mum's going, I don't know. And then because you now have that skill set to go, do you know what? I recognize that these are your money issues. Never say that, by the way, to anyone.
No. It's not a good tactic.
Internally, you're like, I recognize that these are your money issues. This is where it is your skill set that you have to work on, and something that we go into the minutiae of detail in our programs of how to navigate and walk somebody through their own fears around investing. Now, not in a sleazy sales way of like, haha, I've got all the tricks under the sun to make you say yes. Because actually, if it's not right for them and all that fear is there and that fear is the most prominent thing about investing, then the answer is no, and you shouldn't be taking them on.
But hey, this is where sales with integrity becomes such an important part, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But this is where you know, I love that example, because you can see how buyers from your services, regardless at what price point, if they are fearful of spending money, maybe they've been burned before. Maybe they've got an upbringing where it's like, oh, if you haven't got the money in the bank, then you don't spend it. Maybe they're surrounded by other people telling them to go like, oh, just, you know, you can figure it out yourself. We did with our dog and everything's worked out fine. What do you need to go and do that for? I don't think we are ever as present and mindful enough, because we live in a busy world, to think about somebody else and what their experiences are and what their thoughts and what their fears and what their hopes and dreams are for working with you. I think we downplay unintentionally the service that we're offering. Could be life-changing. It could be mediocre. It could not make any difference at all, but it's got to be right for the person that's asking for it, and you are never going to convince them otherwise.
No, you're not. Yeah, all of that.
That felt quite passionate as I was saying.
It was
that.
very authoritative,
felt like very
the way
assertive.
you said that.
Yes, I was like, get on it. Yeah, I am passionate about all this stuff, because I think this is the skill set that, in my opinion, you need to learn. Basically,
You could be holding back changing someone's life because of your own issues around money.
Yeah.
Effectively is what we're saying.
Yep.
That's how big it's almost like flipping it into, okay, so if you're the best kept secret in the world, how is that helping people? If you don't own it and you don't feel, if you don't do the work around the money bit, if you don't do the work around you, imposter syndrome, not good enough, all that sort of work as well, you're hiding this thing from people. You're preventing people having access to an awesome service that they're not able to, because you're not willing to, and I don't mean this in a horrible way, but if you're not willing to do the work around it, it'll never change.
Yeah.
So you're doing people a disservice potentially.
Yeah. And I think whether we like it or not, ego plays a massive part in all of these decisions.
Yeah.
Even if we say like we're not an ego-y type person, sorry, but you are, we all are, we're human. And if somebody says no to you, like how much? That's not a reflection on you.
No.
But we take it personally.
It's so hard not to take it personally though, isn't it?
It's really difficult.
Like I love a no now. I love it. We're doing a free event and we're reaching out to people, which is something we do quite a lot. And again, we've got this thing, it could help you. Like, that's the reason why we're spreading this message, right? And then when I get a no, I'm like, it's fine. Absolutely fine. In the early days, when I got a no, I'd be like, oh my God, I've been intrusive. I've tried to push something. And I'm never trying to push something on anyone, by the way. But that's how it made me feel, like I'm doing something wrong. I'm encroaching on somebody. And now I'm just like, it's fine. It's cool. Like, I've got a no. Yay. It's brilliant. Maybe they're not the right people for us anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of work to do on this.
Yeah. It takes a lot. I would say, like all of this kind of personal development stuff, it's always ongoing. You know, like we talk about dog training, it's a never-ending journey. You're always, you know, working on the dogs all the way through their lives. You should never just stop training them or considering them and everything. It's the same with this. We call it business, but it's not really. No, it's not. The business bit is not the big bit. The business bit is the teeny tiny detail bit, but the rest of it, that's all us. It's all an us thing.
Yeah. Because let's face it, if it were that easy to do what everybody says, do what the textbook says, do what the business degree tells you to do, create a service, do a plan, market it, sell it. If that was it, brilliant. Nobody would have any problems ever.
No. People like us wouldn't exist.
Yep. Well, just businesses everywhere. I don't even think you'd see that many businesses, because if it were that easy, then it'd just be dominated by the very few. But we're human, and we come with baggage, and we come with thoughts and feelings that are different and are blockers, and we come with personality traits, and we come with different brains that work in different ways and operate in different ways, and then add in experience and lived experiences and people around you's experiences. It's amazing how many of us actually function.
Yeah. And what I will say is, as scary as the whole thing is, uncovering these things, looking inwards, unpeeling the layers, it is scary. And there might be some of you sat there going, oh, I'm not sure I actually want to do that, because I don't trust what is going to come out. And exactly, we've both been there. We've done it. We've done a lot of that the last year. But what's on the other side of that is fucking amazing.
Oh, it's so freeing.
Honestly, if someone is sat there thinking, I would love to be able to do that, don't know if I can, don't know, I feel really, don't know, I'm on the edge and teetering. If you can do it, I can't even tell you like the difference it makes to your life. The perspective you have on life is totally different. The attitudes you have around people, you're more aware, you're more patient, you're more understanding, you have that human connection more so, because you realise it's a them problem and not a you problem. And all of that stuff just becomes like you've just unearthed a whole new world because you get past it. And it's amazing. Scary, but really amazing.
We should do more like this. I like this one.
I love this. I love mindset. You know me, I love talking about this stuff, because not only because of my own journey, but the way I see other people go through it. Mm-hmm. And when you have somebody that's, say, working with us that's like pushing back and resisting, and you just keep going and you're working through all these things, and you can see little by little, like shedding a little bit more. And then when they reach that kind of breakthrough, oh, that's it for me. Like that satisfaction of doing that kind of work. I love it.
Yeah. My favourite phrase I've been hearing a lot from clients recently is, why didn't I do this sooner?
Oh.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
But that's taken work. I'd say like that's a good 6 months into their journey. And then you get that, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? It's like, because it's not that easy.
Yeah. But in the same breath, they might say, oh, this is really simple when you, and it's like, yeah, it's simple when you do all that other shitty work first. Mm-hmm. It is quite simple, but it's the shitty work first that takes the time.
Got to dig into the shit.
Not literally, please. Let's not go there. Cool. I think that's wrapping up time, isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Is there any CTAs that we want off the end of this episode? Ms. Moorcroft.
I would love it if you could please leave us a podcast review.
Yes, do that on your podcast provider of choice. Oh, I said podcast. podcast to provide with joy.
Podcast.
Podcast. God, what have I turned into?
Oh, blimey.